Malawi, good morning, and how are you, faithful? Captain Nine here coming to you with your Captain and Coffee morning report for 4/29, 2025. And we've got the coffee this morning. Now, it's going to be a little bit different this morning because typically this is just a quick news show that I do every morning, pretty much, Monday through Saturday. But I think for the first time, we actually have a little bit of breaking news going on this morning. Sorry, I got my new hat here. Still trying to break it in. I know I'm not wearing my captain's hat right now. I just decided to jump in with this one right now because I want to get this. And as a little bit of a premise, I was going to talk about George Kittle this morning. I had stuff planned out, stuff written out that we were talking about how George Kittle needs to retire a Niner and that I don't give a damn what he wants as money, but we need to pay him. He's the consummate 49er, all that kind of stuff. And George has talked about wanting to retire as a Niner and this and that. Ladies and gentlemen, just coming out that the 49ers have signed a six-time Pro Bowl tight end George Kittle to a 4-year, $76.4 million contract extension that includes $40 million guaranteed, as he told Bussin' with the Boys. All right, so again, that is just breaking news. George Kittle, I don't even know what Bussin' with the Boys is. Oh, it's the NFL one. Okay. I should probably follow that one. Anyway, so yes, like I said, I had the whole spiel, and then it was going to be a tragedy if the 49ers did not re-sign George Kittle, at least to some sort of a contract that puts him towards retirement age. Let's see, George Kittle's 31 now, so in 4 more years, depending on how things go, George will be roughly George will be about 35, 34, 35, depending on when his birthday is, kind of a situation. So that's basically retirement age for a lot of times some of these guys in the NFL. So again, it's a good time for George to be, for this to retire. So this deal, more than likely, maybe he signs like a 2-year extension or something like that in the back end or whatever. But I think this is one of the deals. This is the type of deal that has put George into it where he could, probably he goes up as a Niner for life. Obviously, he's going to go into the ring for a 10-year. Excuse me, but it is awesome to see that with the fact that George is. Why is nothing saying I'm live right now? Actually, no, it's now shit's showing I'm live. So I'm not used to adding in extra channels bigger. But anyways, so again, George Kittle has signed a deal with the 49ers, a 6-year extension for $76.4 million. Ooh, allergies are kicking my butt this morning. All right, anyway, so of that 76.4 extension, 40 million of that is fully guaranteed. Yeah, so again, there goes my whole spiel for today. Congrats, George. Thank you, Nick. Not, you know, extending this out to where it starts to become a problem. Maybe they're finally learning that we need to do these things early. Hopefully, here shortly, we'll be having another Captain with Coffee report, and it'll be reporting on the Brock Purdy extension. For those of you who don't know, I'm Captain Niner. Obviously, you guys know who I am, but not sure. But anyways, I usually do this every morning. Do I like the Cowboys? I cannot think. If you look around my head and all this stuff right there, you can find out I do not, sir. But thank you for showing up. Um, I usually try to go live every morning, roughly about the same time. It was a little bit earlier than usual because usually I set up, but today I just kind of jumped into it. I try and give at least like a 5-minute news update of what's going on for the day before with the 49ers. So please make sure to follow me on Captain Niner on all social medias for that as well. That usually goes up on my TikTok and my YouTube instantly, and then I upload it to everything else with the Niner Faithful Radio stuff. So again, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are just watching, looks like we have about 12 people watching right now. 49ers have re-signed George Kittle to a 4-year extension of $76.4 million that includes a $40 million guarantee. And like I said, I was going to talk about this morning one way or the other, and I just kind of went home and I got the notification from Shefty. Yeah, like I said, this is one notch less thing that we have to worry about this off street. So it's definitely good to see. Um, I think that's all. We'll just go from there, and then this will be what is going to be the captain 5 minutes in. So that's it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, George Kittle, for life, for life. Hopefully, this should take him up pretty close to the end of his career, is what we're hoping. But you never know with George. George might play until he's 40, 45. I think that's crazy. All right, everybody, as far as the rest of the day with Niner Faithful Radio, me and TJ will obviously be back on today at 4:30 this evening. Make sure to please check us out on all your Niner Faithful Radio social medias. We'll be live on all of that. Obviously, we'll be talking about the George Kittle extension, and then we'll be going over all of the draft picks and the oofdas and everything else 49ers related this afternoon. All right, remember, 4:30 this afternoon, Niner Faithful Radio. Love you, Lava. One love, chat. Oh, was great. Now I'm supposed to hate the 49ers. I'm a Cowboys fan. Well, I can see you liking George Kittle, but I don't understand how you can love the 49ers being a Cowboys fan. Like I said, I can understand liking George because George is George. You know what I mean? He's a special person. But yeah, our two fan bases are allowed to like each other. Shut up, brother. All right, see you this afternoon. Go kick Tuesday's ass. Deuces.